Good morning. Every time I sit on the floor, Campbell thinks it's playtime. So if you see me messing with her, that's why. Does anybody forget to drink their water and then just end up chugging it because they forgot? Because that's me every day. All right, I'm on like 3-day hair, so I apologize. Hello, I'm Sarah Spalding. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you are here. Today is all about why I decided to get a personal trainer. And a lot of the reasons are probably not some that you expect. So let's get into it. Before I do though, go check out my Instagram, Simply Sarah Spalding. Go check out my website, simplysarahspalding.com. It means so much to me. Subscribe to my newsletter, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you are here with me. And yeah, let's get started. For real this time. But first I have to, let me set the picture for you if you don't know anything about me, which I'm sure most of you know me. But if you have no clue, I grew up swimming since the time that I could walk. And I also grew up doing gymnastics from the time that I could walk. So I have never not been in a sport, been active. That's just been my whole life was sports. So I started on a real swim team when I was like 6 and then started gymnastics younger than that. I did gymnastics through till I was 15 and I swam all the way through college till I was 23. So, and there was a ton of ups and downs with that. I've had surgeries and multiple injuries, setbacks, took years off, things like that. But I've always been active. I've always been, kind of fit. I haven't ever been like super skinny, but I've had muscle and I know how to work out and things like that. So just to set where I'm at with the gym, I am athletic enough, okay? Through college, through my senior year, I could hardly swim anymore. My body was just like, you're way too old, stop, you're gonna hurt yourself. So even though I was still on the swim team, I wasn't really swimming my junior, senior year. I just couldn't do it anymore. But in those years, we had to do weight room. And a lot of the things that swimmers need to do in the weight room, I just couldn't do with my body. And it was just hurting me. And I never had a good relationship with the weight room. I knew what I was doing in there, but I didn't like it. And I never felt growth because I wasn't doing exercises that benefited my body. I was only doing exercises that hurt my body. And that's nobody's fault, but it was what it was. When I graduated and I started teaching and I moved to Florida and I got married, I wasn't swimming anymore. I wasn't doing a sport for the first time in my entire life. I wasn't motivated. I didn't know how to motivate myself in order to feel good. Like I knew that I loved working out and I knew that I liked doing sports and I knew that I was strong and things like that. But once I was on my own and I didn't have somebody else telling me to go do something, to go work out, to go to the gym, to go on a walk, I couldn't do it myself. I realized a minute that somebody motivating me was probably going to be necessary if I was going to get back into the swing of things with working out and things like that. However, that's not what prompted the personal trainer. I got married in June and I started teaching in August and I had no self-care. I mean, I was in the gym and stuff teaching in Kentucky because it was before my wedding and I wanted to get fit for my wedding and blah, blah, blah. But after, I was worried with the move, my new husband, a dog, new state, like working out was not my main priority. And it was so hot in Florida. I never wanted to go on a walk. Like I just didn't know how to take care of my body. And I started getting awful gut issues, which these have been for years, but it started getting really bad down in Florida. And I think it's because I stopped working out now that I think about it, but I started getting these really bad gut issues. Everything that I would eat would make my stomach be so bloated. I would look terrible. I would literally look 6 months pregnant. It hurt so bad and it was so hard and I was just sick. And even like my mom was like, you just don't look good. I was like, yeah, because my body, like is draining. Like I couldn't do anything. Like I was so tired and I was so exhausted and my mental health was really bad. And I have ADHD, but my ADHD symptoms were so much worse, which your gut health can affect those symptoms. And all of these things were just piling up. And I was like, I've got to change. And so I went to a few doctors and found some things and discovered food allergies and like all that stuff. Nothing was really helping. In December, I found this girl on Instagram and she had a couple thousand followers, nothing big, but she was an online personal trainer. And for 8 weeks, I could get her for like $200 and she would do my macros and workouts and check-ins every week and all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? January 1st is coming up. Screw it. I'm going to do it. It's 8 weeks of my life. Whatever. If I hate it, I just won't do it. Well, January 1st rolls around and I have to go to the weight room for the first time in a year. And I ended up loving it. She had the specific workouts for me and it was really, really good to be back in the gym. I felt good. My energy levels were through the roof. Like my gut health was still being worked on and I'll get to that in a minute, but I felt better for the first time ever, but I still couldn't get there without her, like without the exercises already planned for me, because when you're planning on this journey after I've gained quite a few pounds, it's very overwhelming to get back in the gym because I don't know what to do. Like I know exercises, but like how do you structure them? When are you supposed to do them? Like blah, blah, blah. So I was very overwhelmed and she helped it calm down and I was just like, you do this? Okay, done. Like that's all it was. And so like that was really a big reason why I got a personal trainer, because it's all done for you and I wasn't overwhelmed. And even the littlest things like changing into my fitness clothes can be overwhelming to me and not make me want to go. And so when all those steps are taken out and I'm just told to do one thing and then I can do it, it was a lot easier for me to get back in the gym. That was a big reason why I got a personal trainer, was just because the workouts and planning it all was overwhelming. Now, food has always been a huge, huge issue for me. You can ask my mother. I grew up extremely picky. I have some texture issues, like I can't eat fruit. It grosses me out just because of the texture. And so I've grown up a lot and I've started incorporating a lot more foods than I used to eat into my diet. And I try to eat healthy and fuel my body, and I'm getting way better at that. Like I feel I haven't gotten bloated, and part of that is supplements, which I'll do another video on, but I feel so good. And so much of that is because I got this 8-week personal trainer. Now, that is not the diet I was on in January. I was told to eat these macros and to make it as nutritious as possible, but to get the macros. So I was putting in proteins that always weren't from an animal, because it's really hard to get protein sometimes. So I was doing protein powders and then getting my fats and my carbs in, and I just felt so full and so bloated still, and my body wasn't working and digesting, and my energy levels were really high for the first time in a while because of the working out, but I still felt so sick and just ill. And I fixed myself a lot through supplements, but once I realized, okay, this macro thing just isn't for me. I hated counting them. It was so overwhelming to me, and in a process that was supposed to be underwhelming, I was extremely overwhelmed and I still wasn't feeling good. And I ended up going with my best friend who's a trainer after this other trainer, and she set up my meal plan, and I absolutely loved her workouts, like so much better than the first trainer. Like I loved her workouts so much. And I was still doing these macros. So I was now at 12 weeks counting my macros, and I was still feeling so sick no matter where those macros were. And it just wasn't right for me. And I didn't want to like drop my friend as my trainer because I love her so much and I want to be trained. But I was like, listen, I don't think I'm cut. Like, I don't want to be a bulk gym girl. I don't want to be a gym rat. I don't want to count my macros. And I just want to eat as nutritionally as possible. No sugar, no processed food. Like, and I don't want to count those calories. Like, I don't want to count calories anymore. And if I'm eating nutritionally, I don't think I need to count my calories as long as I'm prioritizing protein and eating as much protein that my body can handle, because it's really hard for it to digest sometimes. And just really intuitively eating is what I wanted to do and what I've been researching a ton. I was so scared because my personal trainers have always motivated me so much. And I was like, I got these for a reason. Like, I still want my personal trainers. And she was like, oh yeah, we could totally do body weight exercises at home with like no weight or minimal weight. And we can do LISS, which is low intensity steady state, I think. It's basically walking is what I judge it as. So I try to take 10,000 steps a day, which is about 4.5 miles for my legs. I know it's different for everybody. And then, so I try to do that. And sometimes I'll do it on the treadmill where I can do like an incline, but sometimes I don't. My goal is really to just move my body for at least 45 minutes a day, if not just 20 minutes. Like, I just love that feeling of working out, and I still don't do it. Like, one time I took a whole week off just because I was on my period and I wasn't motivated and I didn't feel like it, but that's okay because I'm human and sometimes you need to take a week off. And anyway, I told her all this and I was like, listen, I don't want to be a gym rat. I don't want to lift weights. Maybe when I get my gut together and I'm on this diet for a while, but it's just not right for me and it's not helping my body. And I just think I'm really supposed to be a low intensity gal who just walks all day, it's like nourishes her body. And she was like, oh, I could totally set you up with a plan like that. And I was like, what? Like, I don't have to drop you? Like, I can keep you? And she still schedules my workouts, but it's all low intensity. It's all walking and body weight. And I don't have to track my macros as long as I'm prioritizing protein. And all of the pressure of all of that is off of me. And I feel so good for the first time ever. Yeah, it's just like really motivating to be in a place where you're doing good things for your body. And none of this would have happened if I never got a trainer. And it's not for everybody. And there's so many different ways. You can get an in-person one, you can get an online one. Like, my best friend, like, she lives in Kentucky and like, I never see her, but she is my trainer. So like, you can easily get one online. Whatever works for you. This is just what works for me and my experience. Knowing who I am and how forgetful and unmotivated because of ADHD, and just like knowing how the hormones work in my brain, I really needed somebody to be in my corner and motivate me that like wasn't my husband. And it worked. I feel so good. I feel like I look good in a bikini. I have no clue what the scale says. And I just feel good for the first time since college, since freshman year of college, honestly. And yeah, I'm drinking my water. I'm gonna link my trainer down below. Her business is Upgrades by Liv. Her Instagram is, I'm gonna put it right here. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm gonna put her Instagram right here if you want to go book with her. Seriously, she's amazing. And when I was doing her gym workouts, I literally loved them. And I don't love gym workouts, so I highly recommend booking her. My video quality is going to be better, I promise. Like, you're on my phone right now. I am shooting a wedding. Let me rephrase. I'm photographing a wedding this month, which this is in April for me, but I'm filming a wedding this month and I'm gonna use that money to buy myself a vlogging camera, so it's gonna look a lot better, I promise. You can see my fancy camera right there. I have the Canon 5D Mark IV, but I like filming on it, and I've done a few videos on that, but I can't see the screen when the camera's facing me. So if Justin's not here, I can't focus the camera beforehand. It's so big and bulky, like my tripod falls over, and it's just meant for pictures for me. And yeah, so I'm gonna get a little vlogging camera. If any of you have one that you're selling, let me know. But I promise you, videos are gonna get so much cleaner and better, and I'm so excited. Also, it is Mental Health Month in May, and this is the first video I'm posting in May, so happy Mental Health Month. Honestly, getting a PT completely changed my mental health. I have struggled with mental health my entire life. I had undiagnosed ADHD, anxiety, depression through high school, and nothing has helped me like switching my diet and going on walks and things like that. So please prioritize your gut when you're thinking of your mental health, because all of your mental health hormones come from your gut. And if your gut is broken and you're eating foods that are breaking it and you're not fueling your body, you are gonna struggle with your mental health, which sucks, but it is what it is. Food is medicine, and you can really heal yourself holistically with food. Don't buy into big pharma. They're just trying to sell you medication, which, let me rephrase. Mental health medication is great, and it's a wonderful tool, and it is valid, and if you need it, use it. I have been there. It's okay. And even though I fix myself with food, I still sometimes rely on meds. So that's okay. I'm talking about when you are feeling gross and you're trying to fix whatever's going on in your body. Almost all issues start in the gut. So yeah, happy Mental Health Month. Focus on yourself this month. Really prioritize self-care and love and fueling your body and just appreciating that you're here. And I hope you love yourself, and I love you. Happy Mental Health Month. But yeah, go check out my Instagram, Simply Sarah Spalding. I really want to be friends with you on there. My newsletter is the place to be on my website, so sign your email up there and you will get updates every single time I upload a video. Newsletters come out every Monday with my blogs and my videos. Press the subscribe button down below, please. It means so much to me. Press the notification bell so you are notified when I have a new video. Check out my Instagram for even more content and more inspo and more fun, because Instagram's where it's at sometimes. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me some comments and likes down below. Campbell and I say goodbye and happy Sunday. Bye.